Hello, everyone. I hope you're having an amazing day, afternoon, nights, wherever you are. My name is Care, and this is the From 9 to 5 to Entrepreneur vlog. And today, I wanted to be vulnerable and share something very vulnerable that has been on my mind for a long time since I started this journey from 9 to 5 to entrepreneur. And we're going to talk about debt. So, this is a really hard topic for me because I had never really been in debt before. I had several student loans that I was paying off easily every single month. When I had my 9 to 5, I didn't have any other streams of income except sometimes government payments or just like money from my parents, my family, or just money from random places. But I've gotten to a point where it's starting to eat at my consciousness, and there is not one moment that I haven't stopped thinking about my debt. And I'm really, really grateful because my debt is not that high. Thank goodness. Fingers crossed. But from how I've met with multiple financial advisors and planners, and I've looked at my bank accounts and everything, and I've got credit card companies calling me every single day, and I haven't been answering some of those calls. I have I can't even pay my bills. I'm not able to pay my mortgage for. Well, I actually paid off my mortgage for the last 3 months. Thank God. I had some retirement savings money from my last job, which I'm really grateful for, and I used that to start paying off my debts, my bills, and my mortgage right away. But now it has been really tough because I have a credit card that has been locked. And I'm currently in over $25,000 of debt. About $3,000 of it is student loans. And then the rest is credit card debt and bills. My bank account went into the negatives the other day. I didn't have enough money in my account, and a DoorDash payment DoorDash was trying to take a payment from there because I set PayPal as my payment method for some reason. I didn't even look at it when I used DoorDash, and I went into the negatives because I literally had like $1 in the bank account. And then I was charged an NSF fee. NSF stands for non-sufficient funds, and that is $45. And this is not my first rodeo. I think I've had about 5 to 10 non-sufficient funds charges on my bank account, which is not great because although you get the money back, you still get charged a $45 fee, and then your bank account goes into the negatives. So I have been dodging my one of my credit cards. So that company keeps calling me every single day. Like, they call me, I think, twice a day, and I've actually answered them once. So I don't actually. So I think they're calling me because I haven't made a payment yet. I tried to talk with the credit card company to see if I can lower the payments more, but they said they couldn't do it. And they just advised that I just try to pay off as much as I can possible. And right now, I have a chunk of money that is in investments right now. And as soon as I saw my bank account go in the negatives, I was like, yeah, I can't let this bank account fall into the negatives. So what I'm actually doing is I pulled together some strings yesterday, and I was able to get enough money to start paying off that negative balance. I'm halfway through, and I'm just waiting for some money from my investments to transfer over to my bank account so that my bank account can be at least at zero or above zero. And then I have actually made a little bit of income yesterday as well, just with some stuff on Coinbase. So I'm really grateful for that. Um, and I'm being more disciplined now. Like, I've set this goal that I want to pay off this debt within 6 months. I want to be debt free within 6 months, and it'd be really awesome. It'd be really awesome, and I'd cry so much because 2021 was such a stressful year for me, and I got into debt trying to cope with it. I bought so much food, I bought clothes that I really didn't need. I got an increase on my credit card, and the first thing I did with that increase was buy over $1,400 worth of clothes. I had never done that before. And I just wanted a release. And now doing everything I can to put every single penny that I can towards paying off my debts. And right now, it's February 1st. So I actually have a meeting with someone who was giving me a game plan for my debt to pay off my debt today. And I talked to them maybe 3 or 4 months ago. And so they're going to check in with me either today or later this month. And the advice that they gave me was to make more income. I've definitely made some income since our chats before, so that was really good. But I haven't made too much income, and that's okay. Like, I like where I'm at right now. Like, it's a good starting point. It's a baby step. And I think that the next step, which I'm taking right now, is just to admit that I have debt. I can feel like my lower back and my stomach kind of tensing up, kind of like squeezing up. But it feels so relieving to just say it here to, I don't know, like 1 million people on the internet. And I think talking about debt is something we should talk about more. It's not that we're focusing on it and attracting it, it's just that talking about it and coming to terms with it and stating the truth of it actually helps you release that debt. And I realized that I can't be the entrepreneur that I want to be without actually paying this all off, because it is affecting my thoughts and my consciousness a lot. Like, I keep looking at my credit cards and I'm like, oh my gosh, I have this balance on there, and no matter how many manifestation games I try to play with it, it's tough. So I did, I said an affirmation today that I learned from Florence Scovel, and I think the affirmation goes like this. In the divine mind, there's no such thing as debt. All debt is squared. All obligations are now released. So that's just me paraphrasing it. I can actually read you the actual affirmation here. I got the book here. So this is the complete works of Florence Scovel in the game of life, and how to play it. The word is your wand. Your word is your wand. Secret door to success and power of the spoken word. So I believe it's from the word is your wand. And I love using affirmations to help me speed up the process of solving things in my life. So I'm going to read it to you here. If the student owes money, change the statement. There is no debt in divine mind, therefore I owe no man anything. All is squared. All my obligations are now wiped out under grace in a perfect way. I'll repeat that again. There is no debt in divine mind, therefore I owe no man anything. All is squared. All my obligations are now wiped out under grace in a perfect way. All right, I'm going to repeat it one more time. There is no debt in divine mind, therefore I owe no man anything. All is squared. All my obligations are now wiped out under grace in a perfect way. And I'll read the actual story here that Florence Scotian illustrates. Debt. If a man is in debt or people owe him money, it shows that a belief of debt is in his subconscious mind. This belief must be neutralized in order to change conditions. For example, a woman came to me saying a man had owed her $1,000 for years which she could not compel him to pay. I said, "You must work on yourself, not the man," and gave her this statement. I deny debt. There is no debt in divine mind. No man owes me anything. All is squared. I send that man love and forgiveness. In a few weeks, she received a letter from him saying he intended sending the money, and in about a month came the $1,000. So, isn't that really cool? When I read that affirmation the first time, those affirmations the first time, I didn't believe it. And at the time, I wasn't really too stressed out about my debt. But now I'm at this time where, because I don't have a job. I'm self-employed, and I have multiple streams of income. And reading those affirmations again, during this state that I'm in, make more sense. But I still had this thought of like, how the fuck is it gonna work? Like, how do these affirmations work? And what actually ended up happening was I read those affirmations a few times today or yesterday. It's like Tuesday morning right now. And I realized that I started getting downloads. I started getting ideas of how I could clear my debt. One idea was go to my Coinbase account. Coinbase has these things where you can learn about different cryptocurrencies and how they work, and you can take a quiz and then you can earn some cryptocurrency, which you can then sell it into dollars, or you can convert it into a stable coin that will allow you to gain some APR on it, and then you can withdraw it to your bank. So I followed that instinct and I did just that. So I was able to bring in that. And then earlier, even before I read those affirmations today, I was thinking a lot, and I realized that I had $7.50 for my bank that I needed to actually call them for to ask for back. Is for a check that I had deposited, and then I needed to actually give back that check because I had got a double deposit from the company. And what happens is when a check gets taken out of your account, a $7.50 fee is charged to your account where the check was taken. But because I spoke to an agent at the bank about my situation, they were like, okay, we'll waive the fee for you. Like, just call us back and let us know. And it was amazing. I spoke to the agent today. I told him the entire story. Thank God for my memory. Thank God I was able to remember the whole thing. And I just said it to him like super calmly, and he's like, sure, let me look into this for you. And then he sent the reimbursement, and he said it'll show up tomorrow. And I was like, okay, I'll check tomorrow. And then I got an email like I don't know, literally a few minutes after our call that it was already in my account. So I checked my account and then I was like, okay, I had a really hard think about it because I was like, oh my God, do I just like keep this in my account for another month and wait for the interest to compound on it? Or do I use this to pay off that negative balance right away? And I was like, I have to pay off this negative balance right away. So I took what I had from that and I put it into my checking account to pay off some of that balance. And then I had $10 that I was actually accumulating in my Shakepay account. Um, and this was $10 I was accumulating just by shaking my phone every single day. So Shakepay is really cool, and I love sharing these tips with you. I'm gonna leave my referral links in the description below for my Shakepay and also for my Coinbase and yeah, and also for my bank too, um, so that you can sign up and also get some money too. And if you're in a situation where you need to pay off debt, this will definitely help you pay off your debt. Um, if you like, accumulate the money. I'm not a financial expert or an advisor, so everything I say is just based on my personal experience. Um, so I don't take any responsibility for any financial actions that you take after this video. Just letting you know. Um, please see a financial professional for additional help. Um, but yeah, so I actually withdrew that money from my Shakepay. And then I was able to put it into my account right away. And then I was able to pay off like $10 and like 55 cents off of that negative balance. And then I moved over some money from my investments, my Wealth Simple investments, over to my bank account. So that'll show up on February 4th. So I can check my bank account on February 4th. And then, yeah, so now I am very confident that my bank account is going to be in good standing by the end of this week. And then I couldn't sleep for the last few hours. Like I've just been in bed just thinking and mesmerizing and daydreaming and doing all these things. And I realized that there's one thing that I wasn't doing that I would do all the time, like before, like when I was applying to like jobs and stuff. I would actually go on YouTube and look for success stories of people having the job that I wanted, like the kind of job that I wanted, um, or if they worked at the company that I wanted to work for. And that's actually how I manifested getting the jobs each time, which is really cool. So I actually looked up people who had success stories about paying off their debt, and oh my god, like I cried. And that's actually a really good thing because when you're able to tie an emotion to a goal, it's going to happen faster, right? Because you know what that emotion, what it feels like to achieve that goal. So I watched like 3 or 4 videos about people paying off debt and people explaining how to pay off their debt. um, and I just watched one by Aja Dang, and I'll link her in the description below. She mentioned that she had like over $200,000 in debt, and she actually, I guess she was uh, published in a magazine online because she was willing to be vulnerable and talk about the debt. And she was able to pay off all of her debt. It was so amazing to witness and see. And she like called her student loans and told them that she wanted to pay it off. And she had about $4,000 of student loans to pay off. And she asked for a verbal confirmation once it was done. And they just told her that she's debt free. And oh, it's just so beautiful. And I've actually had so many times in the last 2 years actually where I could have been debt free, where I could have just actually paid off my student loan, but something kept on telling me no, just like use this to invest in like your personal growth and that stuff. But like I it was all a learning lesson. I realized that when I spent some of the money uh, it was all a learning lesson for me to really understand what I should be spending my money on, and like how to treat money and how to love and honor money. And now I'm learning to forgive myself with money and forgiving money as well. Um, yeah. So I'm on the road to recovery. I am on the road to paying off my debt in 6 months, and I'm so excited. I'm so excited for this journey, and I'm excited to take you on this journey with me. Let me know in the comments too if you're experiencing debt. I believe as a collective, we can all help each other. I'm sending lots of abundance, joy, happiness, and love and blessings to you all. Also, it's the Lunar New Year, so happy Lunar New Year. It's the year of the tiger, and the tiger represents confidence. I also think tigers represent like prosperity and richness and like bouginess as well. So, um, definitely bask into that energy. Um, yeah. So far we're doing really good on our debt paying off journey, and I'm following Ajit Dang's example of just telling it to a bunch of people on the internet, like over 1 million people, over a billion people probably. Um, and I'm just, I'm sharing this with you because I know that it's going to hold me accountable, because I'm sharing this with everyone that's watching this on the internet. I might just get like 5 views, but um, I think this is something that we should definitely talk about more, because like I also think that the situations that get us into debt could be preventable. Um, but you know what? I'm not thinking about that now, and now I'm just thinking of like, okay, I'm on the road to paying off all this debt, and in 6 months' time, I would love to be debt free. And yeah, so thank you all so much for listening and for watching. And I'll see you all next time for another From 9 to 5 to Entrepreneur vlog. Bye. Love you all.